Local clubs have come together to form the Inverurie Community Football Partnership, ICFP, seeking to work more closely in order to promote football for all in the locality. And it's very important to introduce this afternoon. With us today are Billy Thompson, the Inverurie Locos Football Club Secretary. We also have Roger Langtree, Colony Park Junior Football Club Vice Chairman, Doug Benzie, Secretary of Colony Park Juniors, and also Sean Campbell, Colony Park Juvenile Chairman. Now, a very special award coming up this Tuesday. Sean, give us the introduction to that.
Yes, it's a great achievement it's going to be for Inverurie football. It was something that we, as initially with the juveniles, we kicked off a number of months ago, which was a progression from what we currently have as being the Community Award for Quality. And the next stage to that was the Legacy. And in doing that, we realised in order to achieve that award that we needed to work together along with all the other key clubs within the Inverurie football area. And it's great we've had, by doing this, it's actually brought us together as partnership, which we'll obviously go on and talk about a little bit more just now.
Roger, from your club's point of view, Colony Park doing very well
yes,
in the junior ranks.
We're delighted the way that things are going at the moment. We set off 5 years ago with the object of getting into the Super League within 5 years, and at the end of the fifth season we attained that and are currently sitting third in the Super League. But we welcomed the invitation to take part in this partnership, and I think it's a tremendous thing. I think it's probably one of the things, the biggest progress that's made in football in Inverurie for quite a number of years. I think it's a tremendous thing, and to be able to assure players that there'll be now a passageway or a pathway from primary ones up to adult stage is a great move forward.
Doug, that's exactly what people are looking for in Inverurie, isn't it?
Exactly what we're needing to form a pathway for the young players that's coming through. You know, it's a great thing it's come about. We just hope the pathway we can form a proper pathway, which is what we're aiming. That's what our aim is for the youngsters in Inverurie.
Billy Thompson, Inverurie Locos have just won the Morrison Motors Turf Aberdeenshire Shield for the third time. For players in the town, great to play for our local football club, and some have gone on to play at a higher level as well. So it's a case of aiming high for everybody.
That's it, John. Wednesday was tremendous for the football club and the town. Winning silverware is important. We've got winners all the way through the club, and that's where we want to be. Everyone in the Locos is full square behind the partnership. Special mention to the chairman and the vice chairman. Been super keen to get the whole thing up and running. The player pathway is important. Local players, if they're good enough, have got to get the chance to go all the way. It's as simple as that.
And the mission statement's been reached as well. Sean, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, for ourselves it's key. We've, for a number of years back, for over 25 years, we've had the juveniles in place, and it's covering from under sixes, under sevens, as Roger's mentioned, right up to under 19s, and in only last year we've actually taken on the amateurs, and it's been realising that to try and develop these players, we need to get that pathway right up through to the semi-professionals, and something also that's key as well is making sure we're coaching our coaches, are training them well, and having the likes of the juniors and also the Locos on the semi-professional side coming down and supporting us in that, where it really helps us a great deal to try and achieve that mission.
Billy, just a little mention of the fact that the association with Aberdeen Football Club as well, Stephen Boddy doing great work on the walking football and all the other initiatives it's come in.
Aye, Stephen's been an absolute breath of fresh air. I assume he sleeps now and again, but he seems to be working endlessly. He's a great bloke, and he's just done magic things for the town already.
And I think football players in Inverurie are aware, Roger, that this is happening, and whatever their level that they want to attain, the pathway is there for them to aim for and keep it going for years to come, because a lot of this has been done before, but it's never been formalised.
You're quite correct, actually. It has been attempted before. I think there's now a will to get it going. I think the reaction from all three clubs has been fantastic. And like Billy says, I think the help that we've had from Stephen Boddy and in particular Mark Slater as well But credit also has to go, whilst the three clubs have put together the constitution and the presentation, I think Colin and Mark from the juveniles have also done a tremendous job in putting what we have discussed down onto paper. And it's also, I think it's important to realise that whilst the three clubs are initially involved, there is an open invitation to any football team in the Inverurie district area to join the partnership, provided of course that they meet the SFA quality mark standard. And if they don't, then any of the three of us, or indeed anybody associated with the SFA, will be quite willing to help them. And that is an open invitation.
Sean, the amateur side in Inverurie as well, very important to mention the fact that they have their aims as well to come on board along with the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a number of years ago, within the juveniles, it was recognised, kind of, as we talk about the player pathway, as the under-19s and the players from there then moved on. We realised there was a gap there in the fact of if they weren't good enough necessarily to move up to the juniors or into the Lokies, into the Highland League. In some cases, these guys' dreams sort of disappeared. So the juveniles, it was recognised that we needed to build a new team, a next tier up as a part of the pathway. And we took the initiative back in 2015 and formed what we call the amateurs now. We have over 20 players. A lot of them have been feeding through from the under-19s. And equally, some of the juniors have come and supported us as well. And absolutely, yep, great to have that tier within the overall pathway, and great that they're on board as well. They are their own entity, although they're under juveniles. I think as time comes, they will certainly have no doubt have their own a committee, and it's good that they're part of that overall pathway, and it's good.
And just finally, Roger, you know, when you're doing all this hard work, it really comes together when you get the final awards. And at the Doubletree at Hilton last night, followed by a trip to Pittodrie to see a Kilmarnock game, that's when it really comes through that all the hard work has come to fruition.
Yeah, it was really great last night to receive the award, and all three teams that was there was proud to be part of it, you know. I don't know which was the most enjoyable, the presentation or the match at Pittodrie, but we had a tremendous evening. Yeah. Yes.
I would imagine it was warmer in the
well, it was slightly warmer at the Doubletrees than it was at Pittodrie, but nevertheless, it was a great night.
Okay. Billy, Roger, Doug and Sean, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks.